Therefore, the court, when the court says this thing was done illegally, they have an obligation to give a directive. And the directive will be what? Gachagua be returned, be given his rightful position. It is a court order.
Kama huja exhaust the legal mechanisms, yeah, you are free to file for any office. Kesi ya Rigathi Gachagua hata haijaanza, itaenda high court. Kama haitaenda vile ninataka ama vile serikali inataka, iende court of appeal. Kama haiendi vizuri, tuende mpaka Supreme Court. Kabla haijamalizika na Supreme Court, Rigathi Gachagua atapigania kiti cha urais.
Yes, my good people, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Guys, please don't try to swipe up this video. Accompany me step by step. Kitu ya kwanza guys, kumbuka Rigathi Gachagua ametuambia kwamba he can vie a presidential seat in 2027. Na ukweli wa mambo ni kwamba William Ruto asha realize Rigathi Gachagua wants now to vie a presidential seat in 2027. So, game hiko ni kwamba William Ruto wants now to instruct the court ili iweze kupeana Rigathi Gachagua ushindi. Sijui kama tunapatana watu wangu. Iweze kupeana Rigathi Gachagua ushindi kabla 2026. Ili Rigathi Gachagua aweze kurejea ofisini. Professor Kithure Kindiki aweze kuwa kicked out. Na nilikwambia guys, siasa ni mchezo ambao ni mtamu zaidi, na tena ni mchezo ambao ni mbaya tena zaidi. And that's why napenda politics watu wangu. Na ndio maana nasema usijaribu kuswipe hii video. I want you to listen carefully. Unaona watu wangu? So now, William Ruto wants Rigathi Gachagua to come back because William Ruto asha sense yeye anaenda nyumbani by force, by fire. Because guys, William Ruto anaamini ya kwamba Rigathi Gachagua alikuwa na finance Gen Zs to occupy the parliament, to occupy CBD in last year 2025, June 25th. Unaona watu wangu? William Ruto alirealize kitu kama hiyo na bado ako na imani ya kwamba ni Rigathi Gachagua alikuwa na finance. So William Ruto ako na hiyo wasiwasi kwamba iwapo ndashinda kesi, iwapo ndashinda election ya 2027, baada ya watu wataandamana na ndio itakuwa mbaya kuliko 2025. So the best way for me to do is just to retrieve Rigathi Gachagua back to the government. Unaona watu wangu? Na kisha niende kwa mountain, niombe msamaha na nitafute mbinu kadhaa za kumake sure Rigathi Gachagua pia anaenda mountain kuomba msamaha kwa watu wa Mount Kenya kwamba nimerudi kwa serikali, then tunataka tu nyoroshe hii mambo na mniamini ya kwamba nimerudi ndani ya serikali. William Ruto atacheza na akili yetu. And don't forget size Rigathi Gachagua ako na party. So kuna uwezekano ya kwamba Rigathi Gachagua, iwapo mahakama itaamua, then William Ruto hatakuwa na njia yeyote ya kukataa. Unaona watu wangu? So I want you to listen to Pastor Ndura, kisha tuendelee na mazungumzo zaidi, but ensure umelike video ili kuonyesha kwamba una support hii channel completely. Kwa hivyo guys, listen to Pastor Ndura, kisha tusikize jinsi ambavyo baada ya Rigathi Gachagua kulaunch his party, mambo gani yaliweza kutokea, opinions za watu.
Because whatever that is being heard, who is behind? Because what we need to understand, who is behind the person called Matiang'i? Who is behind the person called Ruto? Who is behind the person called Wamanyoro? Who is behind? Look now, the case between the case of the Wamanyoro guy that is in court to determine whether he was removed from office legally. What if the court pronounces itself and says it was illegal? Whatever happened was illegal. Now, and then the court orders Ruto to reinstate Wamanyoro back. Do you think Ruto will hesitate
What do you think?
He can't. He will do it before even the end of the statement of the judge as they are reading. You find in Wamonyoro compound, the soldiers are there, the security is there, are waiting for him to be whisked and taken to his office.
But will Gachagua could agree?
Do you think Gachagua, with the condition of Matiang'i coming in, do you think him refusing to get an opportunity like that?
He might.
He can't resist that opportunity.
Actually,
because why he's fighting is not fighting because he liked or he loved Kenyans. Mm-hmm. He's fighting because he was removed from office and procedurally. Uh-huh. Not because he loves Kikuyus. No. It is because he was removed from office, and the method that was used to remove him from the office was not a correct method, according to him. Everything was cooked. Everything was premeditated. And the person who made this to happen is Raila. And Raila is a partner with Uhuru. And Uhuru now, Raila and Uhuru, they have brought their person called Matiang'i. Mm-hmm. Now, where is Monyoro?
Do you think
in the equation? Do you see Monyoro in that equation?
Maybe he just wants to be a financier of this campaign, because I think...
Because he's bitter. I campaigned for Ruto. I spent my money. I did everything to make sure Ruto wins. I brought Kikuyus inside. Now, if the court vindicates and it says Gachagua was hounded out of office illegally, and we are pronouncing, because courts of Kenya, they work well when something needed to be done. Because when Maraga pronounced himself and said it was there were irregularities and what? The irregularities that he cancelled the whole election. Mm-hmm. And everybody obeyed. We all obeyed it. Now, if the same court now pronounces, and you can see the pressure that Ruto is undergoing, because he regrets the removal of Gachagua. And then there is a wind of an opportunity of a leakage that this is how the verdict is going to be said, that Gachagua, of course, yes, because whatever that was used was illegal. The Gazette notice was illegal. They did it in the night, it is illegal according to the constitution. They did everything which was illegal. Motuse Gatusu has said what they did. Mm-hmm. Therefore, the court, when the court says this thing was done illegally, mm-hmm. they have an obligation to give a directive. And the directive will be what? Gachagua be returned, be given his rightful position. Mm-hmm. It is a court order. And Ruto has seen how Gachagua can be messy when he's out there. Do you think Ruto can refuse? Kindiki will be told to step down because he has not even made an impact. He has not made anything. Mbataka kwao. Hii kiti unaona hii kiti imeachwa vacant. The opposition will take it. So he has done nothing. So this is a man who has caused trouble in your camp. And the court has given another kanjia, mm-hmm. and it is there. Ruto will reinstate Gachagua like yesterday. To try to cool. Ruto has been reaching Uhuru to stop fighting him. Now if he finds now Gachagua, because Gachagua now is so scared, because he knows he's losing. And the bad thing with the Kenyatta family, they are with you when they are using you. Mm-hmm. When you are productive, when wakati unakamuliwa maziwa. Wamonyoro was good for them because he was fighting the regime that they wanted to fight and disorganize it. Now his job has come to an end. When you saw Gachagua has come, Matiang'i has come in, that's what the end of the road for Gachagua. Gachagua will be left with a political party. He will vie, and the political party, if he vies with the kind of other wave that the Kenyatta family and the Winger family, they want to create, he will be left with his own party the party that either he will make a coalition with the Matiang'i party, because they will dictate, the Kenyattas, the Wingas, the Mois, they will dictate that Matiang'i is the one, only for him to come in to safeguard interests. So Gachagua is one person who betrayed the Kenyatta family. And the Kenyatta family, they don't forgive. And they never forget. They will wait until they catch you in the right moment. What is happening to Ruto is because they don't forgive, they don't forget. What is happening in the country is because they don't forgive, they don't forget. So if we can look our politics from that angle of understanding that we need a change, not a change of those people, but we create our own initiative and they say no to these shenanigans, and then we make a movement that God is creating, is coming. We make that movement that happened in Sierra Leone, that happened in Burkina Faso, then a revolution automatically comes out. We will have the right person, because we will not have a person who dictated himself to us, who superimposed himself to us, but a person that we are going to pick from the streets and say, now you're becoming the president. We even go to the army and command one general of the army and tell him, Captain, take over the leadership. Or we go to places, any other place, you go to Turkana and pick one Turkana there. We go to Masai land and pick one Masai there, because he will not be superior. It is we who are going to be superior. That is, you can say, Traore is now commanding Africa. Traore is commanding the world, because it is not the project of the leaders, but a project of the people. And that is what makes everything work. When somebody becomes, when we own the project, when we own the person who becomes the president, when we own the person who becomes the prime minister, the people owned. Like, see, when Kibaki was owned by people, it's people, it was a total revolution. And the Kibaki was owned by people. Changes happened in this country. Development happened in this country. That's the time the police were chased by people like Burukenge. They were trying, and the police became so disciplined, and Kenya became so good nation. Until again, when Kibaki went, things went wayward. So until we are able to resolve this and look at it from the angle, we don't need an imperial president.
Wakenya, kama vile mnajua, mimi naitwa Brenda Kangai, na leo tulikuwa tumekuja kulaunch chama ya DCP, chama ambacho ni cha Wakenya. Kitu ya kwanza nataka kusema ni, kwanza the goons wenye walikuwa wametumwa, mlifanya kitu mbaya sana, kwa sababu it's a constitution right for any person in this country to form a political party. Chama haina ati mtu specific ati kabila hii ndio inapaswa iunde ati yule ama nini. Hapana, ni mwananchi ana decide kama ata join ikifomiwa ama hata join. So kama we ni goon na umelipwa kudistract vitu ambazo zinafanyika vizuri, tafadhali kula pesa, kaa kwa nyumba yako. Don't distract things that zitatusaidia kutoa William Ruto katika mamlaka. So I want to speak about tribalism. And the reason why I want to speak about tribalism is that before His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua launched the party, everybody thought that this party is going to be a Mount Kenya thing. But when you wamekuwa mmesikia hata leaders wa DCP wametoka katika community tofauti. Hiyo chama imefonimiwa leo ya DCP inajumuisha kila Mkenya. Yani every part of this country is represented. So what I want to say is that mtu anapozaliwa hachaguliangi mali atazaliwa. Hakuna mtu alichagua kuzaliwa Ukambani, Mount Kenya, Kisumu, Umasaini ama mahali popote. Mtu anajipatanga alizaliwa mahali pale, na hiyo ndio community yake, na hakuna kitu anaweza change. Because mtu kama mimi ingekuwa na choose mali nitazaliwa, ningesema nitazaliwe katika community ya Wajaluo kwa sababu napenda ujasiri wao. Lakini nilijipata katika community ya Mlima Kenya, na hapo ndipo kwetu, hapo ndipo nitavumilia kwa sababu iko uamuzi wangu. Kama ni mambo na kuolewa, nimeolewa na Mluya. Si kuchagua mahali nitaolewa. I had my choice za kusema ningetaka huyu na huyu, na sikumpata, nilipata Mluya. So these are things that It is not as we plan. It is God who tells us that wewe utaenda mahali fulani, utazaliwa huko na utaolewa huko na hapo ndipo utakaa. So kitu nataka kusema ni the reason why nimesema hizo vitu za tribalism na nikapeana example na mimi ni chama ikiundwa isiblanketiwe ati hii ni chama ya huyu, ati hii ni chama ya ule, ati hii ni chama ya Wacha tuangalie ni nini ambayo hiyo chama inakuja kunifaisha wa Kenya nayo. Tusiweke siasa na ukabila katika mambo za kuendeleza nchi. Na nikasema ya kwamba tumeangalia chama ya Rigathi, tukaangalia iko na mission moja, na ile mission wa Kenya wengine wako nayo ya one term ya kutoa William Ruto katika mamlaka na kumfukuza. That is the mission that all Kenyans have at the moment. Kwa sababu nyinyi wenyewe mmeona hata kwa serikali ya William Ruto hata shetani anateseka. Si mmeona nyinyi wenyewe hata shetani anafungiwa nyumba. So this generally what happened yesterday show you that this country hakuna mtu akona pesa, hakuna mtu akona opportunity, whether kwa wapi ama wapi, everybody is suffering in this country, and William Samoei Ruto must go home comes to 2027. Another thing that I want to speak about is the youth of this country. We have to accept to be led. We have to accept that our political leaders must lead us. Kwa sababu hatutaunda tu vyama twingi tudogo, tu vyama ambato hatuna nguvu ya kusimamisha hata mtu akuwe governor. We have to join the political parties, but kitu yenye naweza omba our leaders wenye wako na vyama, moja akiwa ni Rigathi Gachagua, Kalonzo Musyoka, hata Raila Odinga, hata huyo Kasongo, give the youths nafasi katika vyama. Let the youths have their voice there. Let the youth be heard, because that is the only way a youth can be felt. Lakini kijana nimepesema tu Ruto juu hapo na chama. Ukienda huko, ukienda kwa chama ya Ruto, ujue itakuwa tutakupiga kiboko kama wananchi. Anyone who mingles with that party is prohibited even to be in this country. So the political leaders must accept us and must be ready to guide us. You have to give us political guidance. If we see we are lost, tafadhali, direct us into the right way. And thirdly, I want to talk about presidential candidates. Hiyo si shida yetu. Whoever will become the president of this country, either Rigathi Gachagua, either Kalonzo Musyoka, either Matiang'i, we are comfortable. Sisi hatuna shida kama wananchi. We want these people to form parties, to stabilize their political parties, zikuwe strong. Unawakuja na candidate mmoja, and we have no problem with it. Whoever will be atapatikua flag bearer na apatiwe nafasi ya tuongoze, we will accept. We have no problem. They are our leaders and we are ready to follow them. Yes. And I want to speak about youths getting compromised. Ni vizuri ukiwa kijana na uko katika siasa usimame na msimamo moja. Kama uliamua ni kuingia siasa na uende upate pale hakuna handout, kaa hapo. Hakuna mali kwa siasa kuna handout. Siasa ni kazi ya kujituma, kufanyia wananchi kazi na kudedicate. It's just service to humanity. So if you are not ready for it, don't join. And if you are ready to transform the country without getting anything, you have to step in na usaidie leaders wengine katika kukomboa nchi. So hizi sarakasi mingi za tuvyama twingi, tuvitu hatuna miguu, tafadhali tuachane nayo. Let join those political parties, kuna political muscle za kutusupport. Na kitu kingine niseme ya kwamba hata the political parties, if they are not going to accommodate us, we have to use our energy to fight our positions there. Na tujinganganie na tutoke na kitu. We represent our people and we represent our age group. So that's all for today. But goons, tafadhali, stay away from distracting properties and causing damages where is not necessary. Lipwa kaa kwako kwa nyumba na ulale.